Hello and welcome back to another reaction. In this occasion, Avatar: The Last Airbender Season 3 Episode 12. Yes, last time we got the failure of this invasion. Well, I wouldn't call it an invasion, it's more of a surprise attack, a very direct attack against the nation that is obviously destroying the entire world, or at least trying to conquer the entire world, or in the words of one of the many Fire Lords that fought in this war, they try to spread the goodness of the Fire Nation. But yes, it was a failure in the end. But that doesn't mean it was a complete failure. What I mean by that, obviously, the Fire Lord was shaken because he saw that somebody else is able to withstand against the thunder, well, the lightning. I don't know why I still keep saying thunder, the lightning, and somebody who he believed was so inferior that he deserved nothing. Only when he behaves the way he behaves, or the way he wanted him to behave, that's when he started to appreciate him. I am still not sure that it's full-on appreciation. And obviously, how in the end, Zuko, his redeeming arc is going now full motion. Again, I don't know how they are going to handle it. Probably they are going to do it quite well. Hopefully, because yes, once again, I don't think so. I don't think they're just going to receive it with open arms, especially for what he has done. There are a lot of things that need to be taught. There are a lot of things. Oh, well, perhaps thanks to the ability of Toph to read lies, I don't know. I am still completely insecure. Well, not secure. I'm still unsure of what is going to happen with Zuko, because yes, now he decided that he is going to help the Avatar and ask for forgiveness. Well, for his uncle. Because yeah, he did something awful and terrible, and that is not something I have been forgiving him for that. Until I see him asking for forgiveness to his uncle, that is in the moment I will forgive him. Because yes, I know Uncle Iroh is going to forgive him. I know Uncle Iroh was going to say, this is the one thing I needed and I wanted to see. So yeah, until that moment, I'm going to be not satisfied, at least not completely satisfied with Zuko. Hopefully that is going to happen, because I really like Zuko, as you might notice in my previous reactions. Zuko is a great character, and it has so many changes, so many evolutions on his character that yeah, he deserves that. I am not willing to give it just for free, but I'm so willing to give it in the moment he deserves it. And the path he has taken in this moment is the path that is correct for him to deserve that praise. Because yes, he is a great character, as I said before. And he is the ray of hope in the last episode, because we're starting to see that now the Avatar is going to have his abilities trained. And yes, now I am starting to change my mind. I thought at the beginning of this third season that is going to be Uncle Iroh. I genuinely thought that Uncle Iroh was going to give training to the Avatar for everything that is going on in the first and in the second season. But now I'm starting to believe that actually the one who is going to train the Avatar is going to be Zuko. I don't know how to feel about that, because up until this moment, I don't think Zuko deserves the title of a master firebender. There are a lot of better firebenders, including Uncle Iroh, obviously, but I don't think he deserves this title. But on the other hand, is somebody who is very close to the plot, is plot relevant, and is not just some random guy who is going to teach him. I like that, because obviously we need somebody like that. We need somebody who is plot related, in which we have been building up to their characters. That is something I find fascinating, and obviously it couldn't be any random, as I said in previous reaction and in previous commentary. So yes, but as you see, I'm starting to ramble way too much. So let me just remind you that if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider subscriptions and turn on notifications. And if you enjoy the video, please leave a comment and a thumbs up, because YouTube is always changing. First is the subscribers, then is the likes, then is the comments, then is everything, or is just the evaluation that sometimes appear. What do you think about this video? So yeah, I don't know what is going to happen with YouTube, so please give all of them a vote. So yeah, if you want to, obviously there is no obligation for you. So yes, if you want to follow me on Twitter, the link is in the description below, alongside with the link of my Patreon and the link to the campaign that it has been fulfilled, but we're still missing a couple of episodes. I don't remember which one were. Oh god. The Europa special and another mystery episode of Wakfu. Obviously, I'm speaking about Wakfu. But enough about this presentation. Let's cut all of this crap and watch the video, shall we? Okay, I'm back. I just watched a second time more than 2 times. Yes, as I've been saying in the last, I think probably all the episodes of season 3, I have been watching them several times to prepare myself better for this commentary. And this is obviously no exception. This speaks volumes of all the main characters that we have in our series, and obviously now I think Zuko deserves to be changed back to one of the protagonists of the series. Obviously the main protagonist is Aang, is still with the title, but now he's not an antagonist, he is not a villain, he is full-on protagonist. Obviously, we knew that he wanted to change. The perspective of the audience, we know that he wants to change. He wants to be better, and he finally understood what he needs to do to make that change a reality. Yes, we have seen his progress during the first season, at the end of the first season, during the whole second season, up until the last few episodes of said second season, in which he returned back to this kind of villainous character, and now we have seen the struggle in the first half of the third season. We have been kind of in a roller coaster with Zuko. It's just up, down, up, down, up, down. But that makes him an interesting character. I'm not complaining about his character, he's a fascinating one. But obviously, he made his mistakes, which is completely understandable. We need to remember, he is a teenager. Perhaps he's not a child, but a teenager nonetheless. He's not a full-grown adult that is now understanding that the world changed for some tragedy like Uncle Iroh, because he understood the tragedy around war when he lost his child, and I guess this is when he became the most wise he could possibly be. Obviously, growing and growing and growing, because we didn't met him before. We didn't met him before being this awesome and wise man. But obviously that change came from a tragedy, something so deep that really changed his core being, and I mean Uncle Iroh. The advantage of Zuko is that he is a teenager, he is still growing, he is still learning a lot, and he doesn't need such tragedy for him to change. We know that. We start to understand that because we have seen both sides of the coin. We have seen what the protagonist saw and what the antagonist saw. Well, antagonist back then. The heroes of the story obviously doesn't have said luxury. And that's why they were not trusting Zuko from the moment they met him again. This is completely understandable, and honestly, I would be disappointed if this show just say, okay, here is Zuko just with a few words and he's going to convince them that he's good. I will be disappointed in the show if they did that. Obviously they did. This is a fantastic show that will not fall in said trap. That is great. But obviously, I understand if when this aired originally, some people will get frustrated because, oh, why they do not trust. But there is a good reason for them not to trust Zuko. all that we have seen from Zuko is grow. We have seen him grow. What the heroes have seen is just attack after attack after attack, betrayal. You cannot trust Zuko. You cannot trust Zuko. In their perspective. And that is why this reaction is believable. And again, I don't recall, and I think I did with this show. No, I did with Full Metal Alchemist in my latest review of Full Metal Alchemist. All of them, all the characters reacted differently, in different degrees at least. And this is something that happened in Full Metal Alchemist. This is important because back then I said this is the proof that everybody is an independent and original character or original person. That everybody has a different reaction. This is the same case. All of them have different degrees to rejection. All of them, including Toph, that was the one who has the least interaction with Zuko. I think this is perhaps the first time that she interacts directly with Zuko. I don't remember if that is true or not, but so far I cannot think of any other one. Because yeah, he has interacted with Uncle Iroh directly, and she was by side when they attacked Azula back then. But she didn't have this level of interaction, and the rest did. Aang has several interactions with him at the beginning of the series, alongside obviously with Sokka and Katara, but I think Toph is the first time she has any, as I said before, direct interaction with Zuko. Correct me if I'm wrong, obviously, I tend to forget little details. And obviously the different degrees of rejection are there. They reject him because, well, yes, he was the one who wanted to capture you, who wants to deliver you to the Fire Lord. And that's the problem. That's the problem. Because they didn't have any positive interaction with Zuko. And obviously Toph is the most neutral one. They say, okay, yes, he sent an assassin that captured me and Katara. But other than that, he is not lying, he is being honest. Perhaps she even know that he's awkward. It's not the same as when Azula lied, because she's such a good liar and it's different perspectives. But obviously she has the least to lose. So say, okay, sure, he might be a bad guy, he might be somebody that tried to capture you, but now he's offering to be your teacher, and he's willing to be captured, even not being a guest, but being a prisoner. So there it is. Then we have obviously Sokka, which obviously has a direct interaction, but is not as hurt, let's say. He doesn't trust him, and he has never trusted him from the beginning to end, until this moment. And I still don't believe that he trusts him completely. He's still dubious, he's still cautious, but yeah, it's a different level of reaction. Now we go to Katara. Katara has kind of the same story as Sokka. She tried to help his uncle because he was not directly, and they helped them back then with Azula. But the difference here, and that's why she is the most hurt or the most judgmental towards Zuko, is because in a certain point she trusted Zuko. Once she was captured in the catacombs of Ba Sing Se, in those crystal tunnels. That she said, okay, he's a human, he has problems, and he hasn't done anything to attack us. He just wanted to be with his tea shop, and that's it. That's it. That's the only thing that he wanted. In that moment, she trusted him. But that trust was broken once he attacked Aang alongside with Azula. And that is the moment in which, yes, I cannot trust this person because he said that he wanted to change, but he's just lying to take the best shot at you. We know that Zuko wanted to change, finally wanted to change. This is something of the privilege of the audience. But they don't. Especially again, going back with Katara. Katara lose any trust that she could gain. And this is the worst case scenario for Zuko. Because trust is relatively easily given. But one is given and is broken, that is a lot harder to get it back. And that's why the final speech of Katara makes so much sense. And I am completely in agreement with it. Because again, the scenes of Zuko after he betrayed his uncle, after he betrayed the trust that Katara has, are way too great for him to be just accepted willy-nilly. He needed to earn that trust in the hardest way possible, yes. I like Zuko, but I understand that he needs to earn said trust, because he was happy once the rest of the group accept him. I think it was most forceful because, yeah, this is the urgent matter of Aang needed to learn how to firebend. But obviously, it shouldn't be as easy for him. I want him to suffer a little for him to be completely redeemed. I know it sounds so weird because I said that he liked his character. I absolutely do. I like the evolution of this character. I genuinely do. But I still understand that this trust needs to be earned. He needs not to be as comfortable as he was. And he needs to know that. He needs to know that he is not trusted completely. That he needs to earn that. That he is being watched closely by Katara. In this case, he needs that. He needs to understand that trust that was lost is not as easily as to recover it. I agree how this episode went by, and I understand Katara 100%. Zuko is honestly getting what he deserved, because he takes his sweet time to change his mind. He stopped suffering this dishonor once he betrayed his uncle. He received everything. Yes, the psychological problems are still there. He feels conflicted because he betrayed his uncle, and that's why he could not enjoy the full extent of the royal life. But that doesn't change the fact that he needs to atone for said sins. And this is coming from somebody that really likes Zuko. He needs this. And perhaps the rest do not treat him as a prisoner, but Katara will. Until a certain point in which he regained the trust. I guess that is going to happen. I don't know if in the near future or in well, there are not so many episodes left, so yeah, probably in the near future is going to be that. But yes, this is understandable. This is completely understandable. Now that I think fulfilled the entirety of my chat about Zuko, because yes, that was the main focus of this episode, how awkward he was, how terrible it was at lying, how sincere he was. Because yes, I think he did a good thing by saying that yes, I sent that assassin, because in the moment he was discovered later on, yeah, the trust was going to go down and back again to zero. So yeah, I think he did a good thing back then by saying yes, I sent that assassin. Let's go to a little bit of minor details that I think minor details by comparison of the character arc that we have in this episode. First of all, how Sokka is amazing and a genius because he calculated the trajectory, the strength for him to hit just in the right spot of this combustion man. That was a demonstration of how fucking amazing Sokka really is. And I don't think that the Sparky Sparky Boom Man is going to return because, yeah, that explosion blew his arm off. And not only his arm off, he blew the entire building in which he was resting, I guess, or was attacking from. And yes, I don't think we're going to see that antagonist or that villain anymore. I wanted to speak about something that we did not see directly in this episode, but I think is heavily implied with the last episode and in this one, and that is Uncle Iroh and where is he? I think he is in a secret location with the Black Lotus, if I'm not mistaken, that is the name of the organization. And all the members of said organization are going to go against the Fire Nation. I think it's finally time for this organization to go against what is destroying the balance of the world. So yes, that is, I think that was the original plan of Uncle Iroh, to go and be reunited with this secret organization so they can overthrow his own brother. Alongside with the help of the Avatar, I guess. I guess they are still conscious that yes, the destiny of the Avatar is to defeat the Fire Lord, but they need to give him the best chance for him to be able to do such a thing. So that's why he's planning to do. I don't know if he understands. I guess he did because he's very, very, very wise. I think he understands that finally Zuko understood his destiny, his own destiny. He now understands. After the chat that he has with him, with the secret relic of the Avatar Roku, I think he'll say, okay, yes, my nephew is going to do that. Oh boy, there are so many things interesting about this episode. Again, obviously the majority of the episode is going to be about Zuko and his character change. But again, I love how the rest of the characters interact with him. I especially love how Toph interact with him. Say, okay, yes, this is going to be plenty of chances of revenge of you hurting my feet, practically my eyes, without being my eyes, really. So yes, I love that attitude, and again, this shows us like they are characters. They are not the carbon copy of the Avatar, or they are going to do everything that the Avatar wants them to do. And I like how Aang, he said, okay, just because I said so is going to happen. No, he needs to consult with the rest of his friends. So they are agreed. If they do not agree, sorry, but you are not allowed, because this is a group effort. It's not just my effort. I like those little details that speak about how Aang is and how the rest are their own characters. But I think I exhausted the topic of this one. A very, very fascinating episode, and I cannot wait to see how this new additament, this new add-on to the group is going to interact with the rest. Because, yeah, he's an awkward teenager, but somebody that tried to almost kill you back then. So yeah, but anyway, yes, I'm going to start to ramble once again. The only thing I have to say is that if you enjoy the content of the channel, please consider a subscription and turn on notifications. If you enjoy the video, please consider me giving a thumbs up and leave a comment so I know what you think about the episode, my reaction, or the commentary. Remember, the Wakfu is completely done. The 13 episodes are done, but still we are missing, I think, at least so far, we are missing the 2 extra episodes, the Oropo one and the Mysterious one. So if you feel too inclined to watch Wakfu and want to see these 2 episodes appear for us, just consider a donation to the Kickstarter of Wakfu Season 4. My Patreon is down there, but I think I'm gonna pause my Patreon for a while because for what I said in a previous video. Yes, I think that's it. I have nothing else to say, but thank you for your attention, and well, see you on the next one. Bye. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed that video, and if you did, give it a like, so the algorithm from YouTube will help me out.
and check my other videos, share them, and also why not subscribe to my channel and join this community. And as always, I want to thank you for your attention, your likes, and even your dislikes, your comments, which is something I always look forward to read. And yeah, once more, thanks and see you on the next one.